There we go. Hey, good morning. It's Coach Jill, and I am here with Coach Penny and Coach Paula. Good morning,
Good
ladies.
morning.
Hey, I hope everybody had a lovely holiday weekend and got some rest, got some fun in, and didn't get too far off track. But we're going to dig right in here today, seeing as we did not have a call last night. Where we're going to update you for everything that you need to know this week going into this week. So, number one, I hope that you had great success last week. And first and foremost, you need to make sure that you are turning in your weekly update to your coach and connecting with your coach, especially because we did not have a coaching call last night. So make sure that you are taking that time to connect with your coaches to get any questions answered and get those updates in. We're going to start with, we're going to dig into what happened if you didn't have a great weekend. So let's talk about that right now. Let's get that out of the way because we hear this all the time. You know what? I had all this temptation. I gave into it. It happened. You know what? It happened. The weekend is over with. Okay? It is now Tuesday, and it's time to move forward, and you got to let it go. You got to let it go. You got to think of maybe what you could have done better. To be more successful, but this is not the time to beat yourself up for whatever happened over the weekend. It is not. Find the good things that happened. So, did you drink enough water? Did you move your body? Did you have the majority of your eating great for the weekend? Find all those things that you did right. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, find everything and focus on what went right. And look at that. Remember, we do not want to use failure as something that we're going to beat ourselves up over. We want to use it as a stepping stone. We want to use it to evaluate for next time. What can you do better for next time? How can you be better prepared for next time? And, what does that look like for you? So, I do not want to hear that you're beating yourself up and I had a horrible weekend and I fell off the wagon and all that, because that doesn't happen, because you're right back here and you're watching this video and you're hearing me say this right now. So therefore you are not that far off track. So don't even think about it, okay? Let it go. Today is a great day. Lots of water. If you had some carbohydrates over the weekend, maybe you're feeling a little bloated, maybe you didn't eat the best, plenty of water today, lots and lots of water, and get yourself right back on track, okay? This is not the time to go into extreme juice fasting. That's not how we work with this. That is, having a bad weekend is not your excuse. Well, I'm just going to juice fast. No, that's not how we do this. We do this sensibly. We go as planned, and this week we are going into level 3, week 1. So we're going to be starting a carbohydrate hyperdosing week. Now, maybe you started your carbohydrate hyperdosing yesterday. Maybe you started a little early. You know what? It is what it is. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the week to come and what your plan is going to be for this week. So this week we are going to be starting with level 3 for those of you who started with us April 1st. You are going to be adding in carbohydrates at each meal. So what does that mean? What does that look like? Well, if you're doing juices, you can do alpha reset juices. You can add in apple. You can add in beets. You can add in carrots. Don't go overboard. But maybe if you're used to drinking green juices this week, you're going to add in a half a green apple. Maybe you're going to add in a beet. Things like that. This is a perfect week for one of my favorite combination of juices, which is beet grapefruit juice. You can do that in the morning. Great way, great place to put this juice in. So, Penny, what are some of your favorite Alpha Reset combinations?
I also like the beet and grapefruit. Once you suggested that, I also use carrots. I like carrot apple and ginger. And sometimes I throw in a little lemon with that, depending. But those are my favorites. That beet grapefruit is really good.
Yeah, and I actually like carrot. I like carrot ginger. I like just carrot ginger.
I haven't tried just carrot ginger, but
yeah, I like carrot ginger just
I like it with apple too.
Yeah, so lots of options for you this week. So if you're doing a juice, those are the things that you can add in. Try some new recipes on this week. So what does it look like if you're snacking? Well, your snacks this week, you've got a lot of options. You can have that apple with almond butter this week. You can have berries. You could have, let's see, what else can you do for snacks? Now remember, this week you're going to be low protein and you're going to be watching your fat. You're going to be lower fat. So you want to leave out the hard-boiled eggs, leave out things like that. So you're going to be looking more to doing berries. You're going to be looking to do, you could do some oatmeal this week. You can add in some steel-cut oats this week. You could add in sweet potatoes this week, like a third of a sweet potato. I do not recommend adding in any pasta. I don't add in for carbohydrates. We want you staying low glycemic. Yeah, Paul is adding. Yeah, quinoa. Yeah, exactly. We want you staying on the low glycemic carbohydrates. So that means making wise choices about your carbohydrates. It's not a, oh yay, I get to go off track kind of week. That's not what this week is about. This is about adding in strategic carbs this week. So when you start to add in those strategic carbs, what does that mean for you? Well, number one, you need to make sure you're drinking your water. You've got to get that water in this week, plenty of water. Now, what happens if you start to feel sluggish? Well, you know what? This is a really good indicator. And you know what? All throughout this program, we've told you, listen to your body, listen to your body, listen to your body. This next month on this program is the month that is key, absolutely key to listening into your body and paying attention to how you are feeling, how your energy is, how your sleep is, all of these things. You've got to really pay attention these next 4 weeks because it is really going to give you a clear indication of how your body processes foods. So some people sail through this week, carbohydrate hyperdosing week, and they feel fabulous. They love this week, absolutely love this week. And then on the other hand, we will get people that go through this week and they just cannot wait till this week is over. They want it done. They're having a lot of bloating, maybe some water retention, things like that. And what does that mean? Well, it just means that your body is not really processing those carbohydrates very well. Is that a problem? No, it's not a problem. It just means you need to find the carbohydrates, number one, that are right for your body, and you need to strategically place those, excuse me, in your nutrition plan. So post-workout, earn your carbs. That's what we've talked about the last 2 months. You're going to earn your carbs. So moving forward after this month, you're going to learn exactly what carbs that you should be adding in and exactly when you can have those. So do pay attention. Enjoy this week as much as you can, and really pay attention. So make notes of how you're feeling, what you're feeling. If you're struggling, please reach out to your coaches. We've all been through this level. We all have our own little plan from this from this month on the program, and we've all had our share of struggles with this. And some people sail right through the entire month and have no problem. Some people have a little bit of struggle, and that's okay, because everybody's body is different. Everybody is different. So I will share with you personally, from me, I can't do carbohydrates. It's just not, I don't process them well. It did not agree. And this first week was horrible for me. So, and I did have to reach out for a lot of support, but I did kind of just hunker down and got through the week and made it through. So, but it told me a lot about my body. So take that all in. Penny, you want to share your experience, what it was like for you?
Yeah, it was bad for me too. Like, I do not process carbs well at all. I was miserable when I did the carb week. I found out, and I knew, because I knew I need more protein. I knew that going in. I sense it. My body tells me you need more protein. And so I already had a pretty good idea about the protein part. Protein week was fabulous. That week I slept through the whole week. I don't know what happened. It was like a big snooze fest. I couldn't stay awake during fat week, but carb week I was bloated. I retained water. But before I started Fit Life, anytime I would eat like pasta or anything, carbs, rice, I would bloat and retain water.
Mhm.
So I was also fairly sure, even though they were healthy carbs, I didn't eat any pasta or anything like that. But even the healthy carbs, I was still bloating and retaining some water, not like I used to, but I didn't feel good. I just didn't feel myself, and I was wanting protein. But it's a great exercise. It's only 7 days. Like you can do it. Anyone can do it. It wasn't that horrible.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And that's what I say. This is really the time to pay attention to your body. Um, take notes during this time. So, you know, I don't want to hear at the end of this month, well, I don't remember what happened. No, no, no. Pay attention. This is why you have a journal. Take notes. Your schmecks each week, you need to do your schmecks, especially during this month. Make sure that you are doing those because that's really going to give you that clear indication of what is going on. So, um, now, as far as fitness for this week, this is kind of a fun week because you get to kind of ramp up that fitness because you are adding in all these extra carbohydrates. So this is a great week for ramping up that fitness. You can do, if you're a CrossFitter, it's a great week for you. You're going to be doing a lot of that. But 30 to 60 minutes of activity every day. You've got to be getting that activity in because of the fact that you're taking in all these extra carbohydrates. Trust me, you're going to get your week of relaxation that's coming. That's like the piece de resistance at the end of all of this. You will get that. But for this week, we want you moving. Got to move your body, whatever that looks like for you, and add in a little bit extra. So if you're just walking, you know what, walk a little bit further, or add a few extra hills, or pick up the pace a little bit, but get that activity in. We want you doing fitness this week. You've got to add in that fitness and plenty of water this week. Okay, low fat, low protein this week. So, you're going to have energy from the carbohydrates, but depending on how you're processing those carbohydrates, you may have some side effects, like Penny was talking about, maybe a little bit of bloating. And if you don't process carbohydrates, you could feel a little bit fatigued, and that's okay. Get that water in, get up and take a walk, move your body, and reach out for support. Penny, any other tips you want to add in?
I think the support is the main thing, because I got that from my group and from you because you were my coach. Um, so I think reaching out to your coach and to the people that are supporting you in this journey is very important. At the time, I couldn't move as much. I was struggling with movement at that point, so I think it was a little bit, I was more frustrated with it. So I think movement, now that I can move better, I think that that's very important to be able to get out there and move and work off those carbs. I think I would have felt much better if I'd been able to do that, and been more active. And I know it's hard to get the water in when you're retaining water, but that's when it's most important. You need to take in that water to start flushing everything out. It's very important. Just do it.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. And we've been pushing water the last 2 months, so this should not be anything new that you're hearing. You should be really up to those. You should be drinking 80 ounces minimally per day. So this should be something that you're doing already. And if you're not, then you need to have a chat with your coach about that. But you should be, at this point, you should be up to 80 ounces per day. Very easily. So, and also remember, and I like to caution people, we're coming into summer. We are definitely coming into summer, which means you tend to sweat more, with the humidity and things like that. You are going to dehydrate faster. So when you are being more active, when you are outside, things like that, you need to be adding in extra water. Now that your body is used to this new hydration level, you are gonna need more water when you're outside and when you're sweating more, and you may sweat more just because you are better hydrated. So be aware of that, and make sure that when you are being active and it is hot, that you are replacing those fluids. So definitely. Anything else, Paula? I know you're watching. If you have any other suggestions, type to us and let us know. But otherwise, it's going to be a great week this week. We're really excited for you guys. This is a fun. This is actually one of my favorite months because it tells you so much information about your body. And usually by the end of this month, you're going to really be on track with where you need to go and what you need to do to reach those goals. And exactly, you're going to know how you need to eat on a weekly basis, what you can add in, what you need to take out, and you're going to get a really good picture of where you're going moving forward from here. So by the end of the third month, we really have you set up for success. And we're going to talk about those options as we go further through the month for you, but we're not going to touch on that today. But that being said, then we're going to wrap up for today. And if you have questions, make sure that you are tapping into your coach. That's why they're here for you. And let us know how we can help you. And if you need support, you know what, get inside that membership. Everybody's there. We're all there to help you. Let us know how we can help you. So have a great week. Get your results in from last week. We need to hear those, and especially because it was the end of the month. The end of the month, so you should be doing, in addition to your weight and your waist, you should be doing full measurements because it's the end of the month. And you should be doing updated photos because it was the end of the month. So make sure that you are doing those. I always recommend doing photos every month because that's what's going to help you track your progress. So make sure that you are doing that. Take the time to do that. Stay on track with that. And if you're struggling with anything in particular, let us know, and let's see how we can help you through that. So have a great week, everybody. I know it's a short week. We will be back next week, Monday, with our regular sessions, and let us know how we can help you. So have a great week, everybody. Bye, everyone.